you doing, everybody? This is Eric Rosa here at the 2011 Olympia Expo here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm here at the EFX booth, as you can see behind me. Right here. This is booth 1038, that's 1038 here at the Olympia Expo Hall. So if you're here in Vegas, we invite you over to the booth. Today is Friday. It's been a great day here. Tomorrow, Saturday, the second day, we're going to be holding a lot of contests, doing a lot of giveaways. We have a lot of chaotic samples here. We got our new flavors. And now I'm going to take you into the booth and show you what we got going on. Sorry. Have you ever used a pre-workout? Good to see behind me. We build real drug-free muscle, is what we like to say. We pride ourselves, all our athletes here at EFX are natural athletes in their sports. Everybody's drug tested randomly throughout the year, so we have to remain natural. We want to remain natural. We have our full product line here. Our new flavors of Chaotic, Fruit Punch, Orange, Grape. Of course, we have our infamous Pre-Alkaline. We have Cell Rush, EFX Pro, LBA Pro, a brand new Glutazor product. And over this way we have Laura Bailey, one of our best athletes. She's going to turn pro in the IFBB, probably in her next show. Over this way in the purple t-shirt, that's the mad scientist, the genius, Jeff Collini, who formulates all our products, and he's the patent holder for Pre-Alkaline. Over this way, of course, maybe you recognize the back of his head, that's Flex Wheeler, uncrowned Mr. Olympia, and one of the big faces, of course, of EFX. And over this way, that way, that's actually Flex's brother leaning over there in the black tank top. That's Robert Gibbs, an amazing natural bodybuilder. And also IFBB Pro Darren Lytle is standing right next to him. CJ, not quite as built as the guys next to him, but he shouldn't be because he's just doing graphics and IT work, and he makes all this stuff look the way it does. So we need that guy around for sure. And that is Victoria Dellis, the blonde right there. You can see her from the back. And over that way, if we turn around that way, which way are we going? We have Brian Andrews, who is president of EFX. He's the man in charge. And we also have Scott Cunningham, who is right behind him. He's doing regional sales. And maybe Brian will have a couple of words with us. Brian, are you busy? What's that? Busy for like to talk on camera for a minute with us? Just kind of nervous. You're not nervous. Like I mentioned, I'm here with the president of the EFX, Brian Andrews. How does it feel to be here at the 2011 Expo Olympia with a whole new stage, new products, and new banner?
Well, it's always surreal to be at these shows because it seems like you feel like you were just here and you realize the whole year has already gone by. But a lot has happened over the past year. For example, we've launched new products, new flavors. We've got a lot of stuff in the wings that we're getting ready to come out with. So far, it's been a great show.
So, anything new at this show that we launched that we didn't have last year when people were here?
Yes, Glutazor. That's a new amino technology as far as people obviously know us from Pre-Alkaline. This is a new form of glutamine that we've developed, and the idea behind it is degradation in the stomach of how much you take. Most people take 5, 10, other people take 30 grams at a time. That either passes through your system or your stomach basically destroys anywhere from 60%. I mean, basically wanting to get around that loss, and so basically, again, like Pre-Alkaline, you can take a very low dose of this, 2 to 4 caps maximum, will give you complete 100% absorption of your glutamine. Very economical, very convenient, nothing to measure. Just pop a couple caps, you're good to go.
Awesome. Now, I know you can't talk about everything, but I know that there's a lot of new things coming on the horizon in the months to come with the EFX. Can you talk a little bit about what we have coming up down the pipeline that people can be excited about?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we're big into recovery, especially pushing the natural side of things. That's always important. Between your energy, like with Chaotic, we also are building a super fuel, and that's about as much as I can say on that one. But, we've worked on our HBM product. We're improving that. We've got a new multivitamin that's going to come out and be tailored specifically for athletes, performance, recovery, that type of thing. Wow, so much going on. Branched chain aminos as a whole. Again, think of Glutazor. We're going to use that same technology for the branched chains, where you can take a minimal dose, get the same or better effect. The taste on it is absolutely phenomenal. People think it looks like a Kool-Aid. And the key to that one is it's 100% soluble. It goes completely into fluid. And the big thing, people are used to what we call sinkers and floaters. You know, it forms a head sometimes, and that tells you the quality of that product and where it's from. This will go 100% in solution. When you mix it up or shake it, it disappears.
Excellent. You know what I want to talk to you about? I mentioned it before that all the athletes that work with EFX are all natural and drug-free. And a lot of people look at us and say, oh, they're not really natural, whatever. But we go the extra mile in this company.
Yes.
And we actually drug test all the people that are part of the company.
We do.
What is that? How did that come about? Why do you do that when other companies don't?
Well, I started in this industry like most people. I was a consumer. And you know, when I was 16 years old, I wanted to be huge like the guy in the magazine, and I literally was going to all the stores, buying the next latest, greatest, whatever it was. And as people figure out over time, you get a little wiser, get some training under your belt, and you realize, wait a minute, there's more to this picture than what meets the eye, especially looking at some of the size of the guys we were trying to emulate. You know, we're back doing what we did. We trained just as hard, ate just as much, all this craziness, and especially on the supplement side. And when I figured out that the drug side of it was such a key component, it was just for me personally something I didn't really want to be a part of. I had friends that did. I know guys who got time because of it. But for me personally, it's a thing where I don't want to fool the consumer. I want to go to bed and I feel like, look, I've given you a good product and I can show you evidence that this works. And it would do no good to show a guy who's taking a lot of chemicals and say, oh, well, look at his physique, look at he's taking this. That's not fair. But when I can show you a guy that looks like he's possibly on chemicals and you see the efficacy of the product that way, that's kind of a game changer in my mind. Because I don't understand how someone can sit there and try and correlate the product that they're the CEO of the company or whatever it is and say, yeah, you should use this. Look at me. Look at this guy. When you know that has nothing to do with it.
And I know personally, since I'm one of the athletes, if you go the extra mile and right in our mailbox, you never know what could show up. Exactly. A random drug test, so you make sure 100%. And if the athletes didn't pass the test, they're no longer on the team.
Well, and I can tell you firsthand knowledge when we're on camera is there's a couple letters going out next week to some people. They have no idea, but they'll be taking a test.
Excellent, man.
That's the way it has to be. It has to. I want to be transparent with you. And we'll actually post the test, and here's the result. You'll see everything that was tested for, and whether they pass or not. If they don't, they're gone. It's not fair to the consumer.
One concept, or however you want to put it, that's is associated with the effects that people know about it for is the natural freak.
Correct.
What does natural freak mean to you?
Natural freak to me is someone who embodies our vision, and even more beyond that is people that are pushing those limits, that are doing as well as, say, a guy who's using chemical enhancement. For example, we got a guy we work with in Bakersfield who takes some of our stuff. He's getting ready to deadlift 100% drug-free, 315 pounds, 22-year-old kid. He's looking to pull between 850 and 888. That puts him in the top 5 in the whole world. That's just an idea of what I'm talking about. Is you can't hit these levels of strength, physique, enhancement, that sort of thing. Using these products, they really work.
So you would say that EFX, our goal is basically to bridge the gap between drugs.
We want to push. Yes, exactly. We're trying to push them every day a little closer, because we do borrow our technologies from the parts of the world. And again, a lot of this stuff, people will bring it up and throw it around, and you're this company and that company. It sounds like they're all saying the same thing, but my idea is to not only say it, but improve it. And again, testing our athletes, showing certificates of analysis, research. That's my personal way of saying, look, just don't believe me. Look at the evidence. Then you decide. You use it, you'll see.
One of the things I just want to have on camera before we wrap this up is that, a lot of the companies there's a lot of companies that put out good products.
Oh, absolutely.
But one of the things that companies don't often pay attention to is delivery systems. Because obviously you're only as good as what you absorb.
Absolutely.
And EFX does a lot of unique stuff with delivery systems. How important is it what we do with the delivery systems, and what kind of difference can that make over just the general product?
It's absolutely critical. I mean, that's one thing we discovered is over time and doing our own research. Again, your stomach is kind of the gate. We talk about we want our product to survive the journey. They've got to get from point A to point B. Take the strongest drug in the world, straight testosterone, for example. In the bottle, it's got to get somehow into your body. The delivery system is the needle into the bloodstream. So we don't obviously do that. So we have to figure out ways to bypass our stomach and get that product into the muscle cell. And when you get the minimal dosing, it's an actual effect. That's the secret.
So our delivery systems, like the pH Exact, cyclovise, that kind of stuff. I want people to understand that is actually stuff that is borrowed from the pharmaceutical industry. It's not just something that's made up out of our heads.
No, these are not marketing terms, and it's actually very refreshing when you talk to, say, a biochemist or someone who's in that realm, because you say these terms and they're like, of course, they get it. And we've argued, with consumers at times and other so-called industry experts about like stability of creatine. That's been an argument forever. And I've had guys who run HPLC machines, and they'll tell you, of course, this stuff's unsafe. You've got to buffer it live. You got to put it into the low medium when they do their pictures. They know it'll destroy it. But again, when you get to industry experts who are saying, "Oh no, that's all marketing BS," you take it personally, but you also understand that we know our industry. There's a lot of fraud and a lot of bad things, but there are also good. So again, going back to everything we first started talking about, I want to prove it beyond just, oh, believe me, because I'm the president of the company or my products are great. Flex Wheeler uses it, or you, or anyone. That's the key.
All right, awesome. Well, like I said, I'm here talking to Brian Andrews, president of EFX. We're at booth 1038. That's 1038. We're going to be here all day tomorrow, Saturday at the Expo. We hope you come by. We have free giveaways. We have our chaotic samples.
Your newsletter coming out that you're
actually, yeah, thank you for bringing that up. We have a newsletter coming out starting in October called The Edge, which I'm the editor-in-chief for. That's going to have a lot of great information on training, supplementation, nutrition, EFX news, contests, all kinds of stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun. So you should come and sign up for the newsletter and just come to the booth and have a good time. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
There you go. Real drug-free muscle built here.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, thank you.